Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm in my pajamas. That is okay. I'm hanging out with a happy Canadian who's catching up on some video next to me. It's been a crazy weekend. We didn't really do a whole lot, but today we went to Michael's and I picked up some crafting stuff for my Cricut machine. So I bought some heat transfer vinyl to make a shirt for my brother because it's his birthday today. I was gonna do this earlier, like Thursday, Friday, but I ended up having to bring Emily home. Sorry, there's something stuck on my chest here. I'm just gonna scratch it off because that's attractive. I don't know what the heck is on there. Very strange. Maybe it's ice cream. Jeff, give me ice cream. Anyhow, just wanted to come on and see how everyone is. I am anxiously awaiting the arrival of my spring FabFitFun box. It has been in Canada for, I don't know, a few days now, and for some reason, it's still not in my hands. Canada Post really sucks for that. Like, literally, the original, I guess it comes from the States, and I get tracking information, but for some reason, once it gets to Canada, Canada Post has a tracking system, but they never update it. So far, this package has apparently been in Mississauga for days and days and days. So I have no idea what's going on with that. It's one of those things. It won't say that it's even been in transit within, like, Canada here, probably until after I receive it. Kind of stupid if you ask me. Anyhow, been a crazy couple of weeks. I haven't done much in video ways because I did get bronchitis this year. And usually when I get that, I am coughing for weeks. Like I'm starting week 7 or 8. I've lost count how many weeks. But when I first got it was a little cold. I'm like, please don't get worse. Please don't get worse. But of course, it's going to go. It's going to get worse because that's just what my body does to me every single darn time. And then I was coughing so hard that I was like, Kate, I got to go to the doctor. I know my body. So, got 2 puffers. Was on the puffers for weeks. Thankfully, it's not so bad that I need those anymore. But I still cough hard once in a while, like when I lie down or whatever. Hi, Florida Greg. How are you? Not a whole lot up. I just haven't done a lot of videos recently. I was just mentioning that I did have bronchitis, and there's still a little bit there, but thankfully not too bad anymore. And I honestly have lost count how many weeks that's been there. I don't know, tomorrow would be starting like week 7 or 8 or something crazy like that. And then with kids being sick off and on, and it's just been a little bit of a crazy year so far. However, things are starting to turn around. I have been doing a whole lot of Cricut stuff. Yeah, Jeff's actually sick right now too, which is somewhat abnormal. Normally he doesn't get sick, so when he gets a cough, it's more like it surprises me. He seems to be dealing with it pretty well, but I told him if he still sounds the way he sounds now, in a day or two, he's gonna have to go get a puffer. Well, in my opinion at least, but he'll have to see the doctor nonetheless, because he sounds pretty wheezy and like just, you can hear the rattle. Yeah. It's just one of those things, it's freezing. For some reason this year we've been hit with a whole lot of snow. More so like in Burlington. Usually we don't seem to get as much snow. But this year, or this season I should say, we've gotten a whole lot more than Our usual. Oh, that'd be so nice. But I don't know if I could deal with warm all year long. Jeff was actually saying somewhat recently, I don't know if it was today, that'd be nice to live in Florida or to go to Florida for a vacation because it'd be similar to going somewhere super fancy as long as it stays forever. Normally, like if you get sick and you get bronchitis or pneumonia as a child, unfortunately, that's just kind of like the way it's going to happen for the rest of your life. I don't really understand why. Unfortunately, when Emily was younger, long story short, we ended up 3 trips to the hospital. And on the third one, I said, that's like, enough is enough. I'm not leaving until you find what's going on with her. And because it took almost a week to actually have someone take me seriously with my daughter having a fever of up to 104 and having breathing problems, it was like a really bad case of pneumonia. So because they waited and did not treat her, she's now prone to getting pneumonia every time she gets sick. And she gets that really loud, horrible cough. And last year, I remember her teacher saying, oh, you know, she's coughing pretty hard. And I said, oh, yeah, this is like, she's going to be coughing like this for a few weeks. So no, I'm not going to keep her home. She's okay. See, yeah, I would love to have the windows open, like all year round here. That would be lovely. Like in the summertime, unless there's a really loud storm or some jerk outside our window, I always like having it open because it's nice to have that fresh air come through. We're lucky enough to have windows on 2 sides of our apartment, which is nice because you can open, like, the one in the bathroom is on one side of the wall and all the rest of our windows are like on the other side. And it's nice. It's nice to have that breeze go through. So I like that a lot. I'm just... Yeah, that worked. Yeah, see, we get the humid heat here in Ontario. I know my brother said, like, he lived in Alberta for, I don't even know how many years, a long time. And he said the heat wasn't as bad there because it was a dry heat rather than the humidity. I just find with the humidity, like, honestly don't know how some people go out and can still do stuff. Because, I mean, it's not safe. Even if you're a super fit person, going out and exerting yourself or doing much of anything in, like, the extreme heat, it's not good for you. Your body's not meant to do that. You know what I mean? So when it's hot and humid, I'd rather stay inside because I noticed that Emily also kind of affects her the way it does me. Oh God, yard work in that kind of weather? I'd wait until evening. And see, that's the thing, like, my mom and dad, they still live in the house that I grew up in, and they have, I don't know, like, almost 2 acres of land. And, like, my dad's sick. So he has a few good days here and there, like maybe 1 or 2 a week. So, I mean, that's not a whole lot. Hi, honey. So it's a lot of land to look after for, like, one person. So I'm kind of thankful that for the last, I think he's been back for about a year, my older brother. At least they've got that extra help. So my brother's done a bunch of, like, the heavier lifting, so my dad doesn't have to do it. You know, like, he's older. He shouldn't have to do that. He's got this young, buxom, handsome young man doing all the yard work for him. I think my dad has helped out a bit, but my brother's doing the heavy lifting, and that makes more sense. See, you know what? We didn't really get bit this past summer much by mosquitoes. Did you find we were? Yeah, I don't know. The past few summers, it's not that I haven't been outside, but, like, just a lack of mosquitoes, or maybe we just got lucky and we're outside at the half hour from here. So yeah, we would like to come visit somewhere where it's not going to cost an arm and a leg to stay somewhere. Maybe one day when we don't have to bring the kids, so it's cheaper, and we wouldn't have to go and do kids crap. I wouldn't want to go on a vacation and then have to do kids crap all the time. Really? Because of the mosquitoes? Do you have those wild, like, boars around where you live? Too? As I've heard, like, crazy stories about those. And they're scary looking. We like watching a lot of documentaries. We're a bit dorkish like that. Right, hon? We're a documentary family. I like making the kids watch them, and they don't like me very much. Cheaper to visit in the winter. Well, that's because, like, it's people want to go on summer vacation. They probably go, like, different places in the winter, right? A lot of people go to Mexico. Oh, you got gator. I do. Have you ever had one on your property? That's scary. If I saw one of those, I'd run like hell. Oh, that's so scary. Like, honest God, if I came in, like, if I was, like, out in the wild. I mean, just, no, it's not even in the wild. I mean, like they could be anywhere there. I've seen the videos. We've watched a bunch of those, like, shows on Netflix and stuff where, oh, yeah, exactly. They go, oh my God, that's so scary. I was watching someone's video. I don't know. It might have been you. I don't know. I know it was someone who I have on my, like, through my list on YouTube, who lives down in Florida, and they posted pictures. And he went to this place, and there was gators, and oh God, he's like walking there. Yeah, it's probably you. Yeah, it must have been your video. That scared the hell out of me. That's so scary. I definitely don't think that I could be going somewhere where a gator could be. That's so scary. We were watching something recently where, I don't remember where it was, but there was this golf course that somehow, they have a bunch of, like, sharks in the pond there. So, obviously you can't go fishing for your balls, but, like, kind of scary. Oh yeah, you see the videos where they have to get calls because there's a gator on their property. Like, that's scary being a parent, knowing that, like, families, oh my God. You see, like, the whatchamacall, the properties where you're, like, you live right next to, I don't know, whether it be, like, a bayou or you're right next to, like, a canal or something, and basically they can just come right up onto your land. So, yeah, literally, if you're out there and you've got a dog or a small kid, done. I got you. You know what I mean? That is so scary. And they're like, you need someone in there to help catch those. That's so scary. Have you ever been to, like, on a tour of the Everglades on one of those awesome boats? You know what I mean? Back to the Future today. That's why I'm saying hoverboard. What are they called? The boats with the big fans on them? You know what I mean. Why can I not think of the name of them? Brain farts. They happen to all of us. Yeah, gator. That's scary to me. Like, Jeff has people in Australia that he watches. And the one video, they had, like, a big juicy spider in between the glass on their patio and the screen. Like, that's scary as hell. Or we watch Bondi Rescue, which thankfully just came onto Netflix, so that's kind of awesome. But they, like, people will find, like, they'll see a big spider in their bag and they'll freak out, and these lifeguards just go and pick them and, like, whatever. Oh, that's a nightmare. Like, I don't mind spiders, but with the bigger ones, I wouldn't know what's poisonous and what's not, and I think that's what scares me. Like, we went, I don't know how long ago, but we went to like a reptile zoo, the next city over, and Jeff held a tarantula, and I'm just like, nope. Even though like it wouldn't bite, and it was probably, you know, they wouldn't have let people touch it if it was still poison in it, right? There's still no way. Yeah, and snakes, all the poisonous snakes. Actually, when we were up north, Honey Harbor, we went up the end of the summer last year. My parents took the girls to like a popular island up there, and they saw a live rattlesnake right on the path. Thankfully, they didn't just like run into it and be like, "Oh my god!" I guess people had found it and had told the park staff, so they were just going and catching it. But it was kind of scary because it was pretty close to where like a lot of people were in campgrounds, and that's like a full grown rattlesnake. That could have been scary because it would have taken quite a while for them to get medical care. So thankfully they found it, and good learning opportunity for the kids. I think that would have, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done if I'd seen, like, now seen something like that. Yeah, the stingrays, or, do you get, I don't know if they down there, but like the blue bottles? Like what is that?
Oh, like a plane.
Weird. Like the jellyfish? Or, sea urchin? They've got, I know they, that is weird. So there's some weird vibrating sound. That's really weird. If you go to a beach down there and like it's a place where there's lifeguards, do they have like a sign up that tells you that they're out at that time? Like, do they check there? And you're also, Florida would be on the ocean too, so do you have any rips on like the local beaches that they have signs where you can't go in? See, yeah, I would only want to go in the water where there's a lifeguard, where you're like right by the ocean, for obvious safety reasons. Especially if you can't swim, like there's no way. See, yeah, that's with me. I definitely would want the lifeguard there just in case, because you never know, right? I don't know what that was. That's weird. The beaches there look so beautiful, but that's scary. Wasn't there something, I don't know, a year, maybe 2 years? What is that? Where there was some family that went on some vacation, and I guess there was gator in the, like, where you could go swimming or something, and he was down there and he got, I don't know whether he got attacked or pulled in or they couldn't find him or something. So scary. Ah, maybe that's, yeah. See, it's the same in our city. Like, so many places mean you have to pay to park everywhere. There's so many places here where you have to pay to go on a walk. Like, I don't understand that. That's just, it's a money grab. And it's stupid. I mean, if it's city-owned land, why should you have to pay to walk there? I can understand maybe paying to park your car, But I don't think you could just show up and walk back in there. You have to pay to go back and do your walk. I mean, it's stupid. And like the prices that they charge for this stuff too, it's ridiculously stupid. Speaking of like high prices and like we've got kids. Yeah, that might have been the story. That's so scary. Like so even if there was people there that knew about, like, that's just, you can't get away from that. You remember that story, hon? That was that like that went a long way. That story was scary. That's scary as hell. And that was on like a resort, right? Like I cannot imagine that for the life of me. That would, whew, no thank you. Yeah, not gonna happen. I wouldn't let my kids go anywhere near the water even. Like, it's better safe than sorry. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Abigail called it the ocean when we go. It's funny. We have to argue with her that it's not the ocean because she doesn't. I mean, she's still young where they're not really learning about all that stuff yet. To go swimming? See, for me, it would be weird to live somewhere where it's like warm or warmish all year long. That'd be strange for me. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't like the bitter cold, but life would be weird for me without a winter. Like, to at least see snow. I love thunderstorms. My parents have these huge windows in their living room. I remember as a kid just like sitting there with a box of Smarties and watching. Just like, it's so beautiful. Really, like almost every day. Got some pretty crazy weather going on then. See, I'd love to, well, not live there, but like visit the UK. Well, you don't want to just sit on the beach for a week. You want to actually do things. Go sightseeing on a tour. Go have some sort of special thing. You want to look like a lobster, dude? He wants to be a lobster. Oh. Alexa, what's 95 degrees Fahrenheit and Celsius?
95 degrees Fahrenheit is 35 degrees Celsius.
Ugh, yeah, no thank you. No thank you. That's pretty nasty. I'm ugh. No. I don't like see when it's too hot to enjoy yourself outside, what's the point? Oh, you gonna set up the kiddie pool, Jeff, and put some ice in it and just lie in it? The water temperature is that hot? I wouldn't even want to go in there. That wouldn't really cool you off much. That's insane. Oh, let's go into the water. That's only a few degrees colder than the air. How does it cool you out? Oh my god, make your own you twit. You mental case. Yeah, there's this show that we watched on TV. What was it, Last Man Standing? Or for Last Man on Earth, yeah, where he was like the last guy for a while and he like found this awesome like complex of super expensive houses, and obviously there was no more plumbing because there was no people to fix it or whatever, and he ended up having this like kiddie pool in the back, and he was like full of margarita mix and he would just swim in it. It was funny as hell. Ow, son of a poop. Sorry. I Our landlord's a bit of a pooper pants. And getting into our van the other day, I twisted my knee a bit, so it's hurting. We're gonna come stay at your house. No. One of the ladies that used to do had a trailer up at my parents' trailer park. Like they did seasonal up there, and they for a few years they had one that like actually stayed up there. The nosiest lady in the park was 2 trailers over, and I know she used to come to Florida every winter. So she'd go from living pretty much up north all winter to moving down south, up north all summer and then down here. Hello, how are you? Welcome to my chat. I very, very, very rarely go live, but since I have not really posted a whole lot recently, I figured it's time to say hi. Yeah, like I find it's a lot of like the older people too, because well, they're retired, so they can. It'd be harder for someone who had, 9 to 5 job here just to be like get up and go. It's hard to find work. But it'd be kind of cool to go back and forth if you didn't have, those responsibilities of having to be here all the time. I'm not sure if she did it before she had snowbirds. Who's called snowbirds? The people that go back and forth? I didn't know that. Jeff says that I guess the people that go back and forth are called snowbirds. And you know what's really funny? I'm sure you see Canadian geese down there all the time. For some reason, some of them have been up here, even when it's been like minus gazillion. And it's just like, are you stupid, bird? Why are you still here? You're supposed to fly south, you ding dong. Like, I don't get it. There's like some of them just don't bother anymore. We still like there's a lot of them in town still, and it doesn't make much sense because it's been so cold. Yeah, find like a deal or like a timeshare where maybe you can find another family to go at the same time and save money. See, like, I know that they're obviously their feathers and stuff. It keeps them warm, but still. There's the reason why they fly south is so that they don't freeze. But it's like some of them, it just doesn't faze them to hibernate. But we see them. They come out in the middle of winter. So, I don't know. It's very strange. Like, I see the squirrels constantly. The Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah, they're growing up. Not growing. Growing up that I kind of understood. Oh, they're down there for spring training? Nice. Wow. That must be nice to go down to Florida for a while.
I thought a lot of fans do that. They go down there and watch them do their spring training.
Wow.
It's easier to watch them do that than to go to Toronto.
Yeah, my brother's part of a union here. Like he does like drywall and stuff like that. And his I guess the union just paid to send him to Vegas for like a few days. All expenses paid. I guess it makes sense because I mean, you don't play. A lot of stadiums are outside, at least as far as I know. I could be totally wrong, but yeah, they do use their normal place in the winter for other stuff, so they probably wouldn't get any time slots, right, hon? I don't know. We had a tour of an ice rink out in Mississauga, which is basically next to Toronto. I couldn't believe, like, behind the scenes, all the stuff. I was only able to do part of the tour because I literally just got over, like, a superbug. So after doing, like, I don't know, like 10 flights of stairs, I'm like, yeah, I need to sit down before I fall down and die. Because up until that day, like, even that afternoon, I couldn't walk on my own at all. So I had to sit down or I would have fallen down. So, what team? Now it's all quiet again. Oh. Tampa Bay. What, are you in Tampa Bay then? Nice. Actually, they're just hearing them bang around upstairs. One of our neighbors told me that the people that live right above us, she thinks they're a bit strange, number one. And apparently that lady's, like, the younger son that doesn't live here, apparently was seen over in front of Jibs. Like, we've got, like, a plaza kind of across the road from us, and up a bit. And one of our neighbors saw the lady's son doing tricks or something right outside this place. And he almost ended up on the road, and he's not wearing a helmet. So she was a little bit like, what the hell are you doing? Kind of weird. But he should be wearing a helmet, especially if you're right next to a road and doing tricks on a bike. It's common knowledge. We live in a building with a lot of strange people. I actually just heard from that same neighbor that, I'm not sure when it happened, but apparently the boiler blew, and they ended up having to call 911 to come turn it off, because in the basement at each person's door, there's like a lid, but she kept trying to call the the building owners and the people who work here, and she couldn't get a hold. So eventually she just called 911. Like it's gonna go over lip, and everyone's unit's gonna get flooded. Can you come fix this? So I guess they had to break down the door or something and turn it off. It's like, it's so stupid. And for some reason I didn't even know about this. When we moved into where we live right now, we had control of our heat. And for some reason, when the new people took over, they decided to cut our controls for some stupid reason. I mean, it's not always super cold, but the first winter that they took the controls away, for a few days, I mean, our bedroom was freezing. And the girls' room was pretty cold. Like, I just don't understand why they cut the controls. It was kind of stupid. Hello, Lisa. Yeah, I'm so thankful we have AC. Although, the landlord wants me to pay the fee for having an air conditioner, but I don't have to pay it legally because I never did with the old owners, but he's trying to tell me that I legally do have to when I don't, so they're a bunch of stupid idiots if you ask me. Hello, Lisa. What are you doing? Yeah, this building is, they don't have AC, like, built in. It's an older building. But, the heating is through, like, hot water. Which, doesn't make sense in a way because sometimes you turn on the cold tap in our bathroom and it's boiling hot water. I have told the management that numerous times. And thank God my kids have not gotten burnt yet, but you better damn well believe if they ever get burnt or scalded, I'm going to be calling them and I'm going to be calling the health department. Because that's not safe. See, yeah, Lisa lives in a building that's owned by the same people, so she knows what I mean. Her unit isn't super warm either. I should make Lisa a sleeping bag that she can wear. Like make leg holes and armholes. And you know what I do when I have poor circulation in my feet and lower legs. And when my feet are freezing, I put them on Jeff. And he hates that. Yeah, that would be so much warmer than here. I don't even know what was the temperature here today. It wasn't that bad. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's -3 degrees.
-3.
Expect a low of -12 degrees.
Alexa, what's -3 Celsius into Fahrenheit?
-3 degrees Celsius is 26.6
So,
degrees Fahrenheit.
26 degrees for you is what it is now. You guys are a hell of a lot hotter over there. It's like a hot tamale. Now, what about... That's your winter temperature. Does it not get colder at all there through the year? Or is it all the time it's warmer? I love Alexa. Sometimes you ask her questions and she gives you really stupid answers that have nothing to do with what you asked her. But I do like the fact that you can play games with her. $55 degrees. Alexa, what's 55 degrees Fahrenheit into Celsius?
55 degrees Fahrenheit is 12.8 degrees Celsius.
Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. But I'd probably be like pants and a t-shirt or long sleeve, depending on who you are. Then you get some people who'd be bundled up still and wearing a winter hat because they're weird. I remember once when it was that, and I saw some person bundled up like crazy. I was like, really? You live in Canada. What are you going to do when it's like -30? Are you going to cry? That's crazy. But then again, you used to live up this way, so you kind of know. Yeah, we played, one time Jeff and I played something. Well, no, you and I played that game the one time, right? I don't remember what it was. But it's nice. I can ask her to play. Like, I could say, blah, blah, play pop music, and she'll get, like, a radio station. Happens to be one from the States, but whatever, it plays music. You can set, like, alarms, so I'll be like, and then you can tell it what to say. So, in the morning, I have it set to say, Kathy, it's time to go. So, I know when I need to leave, so that I can get outside and, do that. Oh, I used to love listening to AM 1150. I'm sure you're familiar with that one. I don't even know how to get to that one on my van stereo. I don't know if there's an FM or an AM on that one in the van, is there? I have no idea if there's an AM on the van that we have right now.
There is.
I don't know how to get to it, though. I don't see the button. I don't really play with the radio all that much, though. I just set my presets, and that's pretty much all I do with it. Chum. Yeah, I know all those ones. And my mom used to put on all her stuff and make us dance around like nut jobs when we were little. Or she'd be like walk like this, and we'd all walk like a weirdo around the living room or dance like a weirdo. And I just remember when I was like 15, 16, I'd be babysitting like a friend's or a family member's kids, and we used to pretend to ride surfboards and dance on the surfboards listening to the Beach Boys. I tell you, the kids loved it. I wasn't born yet. Oh, so much has changed out here too. Like even just recently, like, you know, Burlington, but I remember when I was younger, they said that they were not going to build above 5. And there's all sorts of stuff above it now. So I don't know what happened.